My name is Harley Frias, and I'm going to be a senior at Leander High School. Growing up, I didn't know a whole lot about God, and I didn't know a whole lot about Christianity, and so it kind of pushed me away from it because the only thing that I had known about it was that it was exclusive, and it wasn't something that I wanted to be a part of. Definitely when I got older was when I started to question it more, and more when I started to go against my parents, because I'd always been very shy and collected growing up as a kid. So when I got older and I started to break out of my shell a little bit more, I started to go against what my parents were saying, and I started telling them, I was like, well, maybe I don't want to believe in that, and it caused a lot of conflict within my family. So I repressed a lot of those feelings that I had about God, and I just hoped that they would go away or that my family would forget. When I got into my sophomore year of high school, I met my now best friend, Erin McSorley, and for weeks she had been begging me to come to Inside Out and to Camp 75, and eventually she tricked me into coming after we had a sleepover, and so I went to Inside Out, and as soon as I walked in, just everyone was so incredibly loving, and the message, I remember vividly that it related so much to where I was in life, and I just remember thinking, I was like, there's no way that this just happened to be the message that I went to. Eventually, Erin convinced me to go to Camp 75, and the message completely blew me out of the water. I was just, for the first time, I thought of God as accepting me for just even being on that journey, not even fully believing in him, but he was so loving and he just cared so much that I was even there. The moment that I kind of realized that I wanted to follow Jesus was, I was actually at Camp 75. When I realized that there was such a greater purpose for me, I know that he is definitely looking out for me, and it doesn't matter where I came from or where I started. It just matters now that I'm on my journey. He's completely for me, and he is always gonna be there for me. I would like to thank Erin McSorley for inviting me to North Point and for continuously investing in me and just showing me how powerful God is through her own love and through continuously talking with me about him and all the great things he does.
So Harley, I've known you since kindergarten, but we're weird and we weren't really friends until high school. But I'm really glad that I got to know you because you're truly one of my favorite people in the world. And I'm so glad that you came to camp last year because it's been a really good year of leading and growing with you. And with that being said, I have a question for you. Have you placed your faith and trust in Jesus Christ?
Yes.
With that, I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, buried in likeness of his death, and raised to walk in newness of life.